Oh, Happy New Year's. Wow. So thanks everybody. Thanks for being here day one of the boot camp. Hopefully you got a lot out of the 5 days we did of mindset. There's so much that's important that goes into that. And I said earlier also, thank you guys for being honest. Thanks for putting in your goals. I did notice we had a comment where somebody was like, I'm just noticing that I don't have a routine. And unfortunately, that is your routine. So now's a great time to change it. You're in the right place. So welcome. So I kind of wanted to make it easy for them, Rocco, if they do and don't have the app. If you have the app, obviously, like we've been saying, it's the easy button because there's videos on how to do everything. And as well as in the resources section, there's a PDF there for you as well for every day. So we'll get that organized and cleaned up a little bit, but day one is in there. And then if you're having trouble seeing day one, we got a comment on that. Andy wrote, I just put the link to the PDF for day one in the Facebook group. So you guys can grab that as well. So
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I know that you've been working on some of the mindset pre-challenge things, and I've been distracted getting in myself in meetings and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to be a part of the group as much, but just in regards to simple things like when it comes to the routine of not having a routine and that being your routine, the challenge with that is when you try and do something new, like the displacement theory, right? Like if you have a cup of water and it's a dirty cup of water, right? The way that you get the clean cup of water, a way to do it is the displacement theory works is that you just start running clean water underneath of it. And then eventually the dirty water will be displaced with the clean water. And it just doesn't happen overnight. So you have to, when you jump into the activity here that you're going to be doing in this challenge, the most important thing is to don't put the activity before the vision of you doing the activity. Like put it in your mind of you sitting there, you're the one, okay, before I do this, I'm seeing myself doing this. I'm seeing myself carving out the time, the 15 minutes to an hour or whatever it is that you're going to work on to do some of this stuff. And also being willing to congratulate yourself on the little rewards along the way. And at least you probably went over all this stuff as you were going through some of the mindset stuff. So I don't want to reshape any of that, but I just want people to know now we're starting to put the rubber to the road and actually taking some action. And so it's just a matter of like, okay, let's start with, wherever we're at, wherever you're at, and it being day one, you'll see the way that the app is structured. Now, Elysia, tell me again, you said that some folks in here are not using the trial version of the app, but still want to take these steps. What I'm going to have to rely on them to do to be able to follow day one is make sure that they do have business cards. Even if it's not a cool little digital business card that we've built for you, that you still have business cards and that you still want to be able to reach out to a handful of people and let them know what you're working on. So I pulled up the app here in the step one there. Just look, the most important thing is that if you're willing today to grab a handful of contacts, and if there's just 5 people or 10 people or whatever it is, to re-engage a conversation, and you can utilize some of the information that we're giving you, meaning that there is language in here that we put in right into the document that says, hi, I've updated some of my contact information. Now, in our script in the document that Elysia put into the chat, it says on a new digital business card. If you're not using the app and you're just going to use a regular business card, you simply say, I've updated some of my contact information in my Google contacts or whatever the case may be. And basically tell them that you just want to make sure that they have all your updated contact information. Is it okay to send them your CSV file of your contact information, whatever you want them to have on you, and just make sure that they have it up to date. And basically at the same time, you want to ask them, hey, do I have your most updated contact information? It's been a while, right? So there's a way to pop open a brand new conversation with somebody. Again, it would definitely work a little bit better for you to follow the instructions, have the app, and send out that digital business card, because it just looks a little bit more slicker when you share it with somebody. But it's definitely a way to get the conversation back open up again for day one part of your challenge there. And that's kind of like the first step. So I just be curious, Elysia, in the group, because I'm only looking on Zoom, so I'm not seeing who's actually watching live, and we'll go back and watch the replay that's in here now. But can you get a head count of anybody that's in there that has their hands on the app or what they're working on right now?
I'm looking. It's hard to tell on here. I know that Tim was there, and then Lori was also in there as well. Yeah, so Lori, we're actually live now. Yeah. So we were gonna do 2 o'clock today, but then I did that a little bit and had a little tech glitch, so I thought we'd go live again at 3. We're trying to switch it up and do 2 or 3. Just kind of depending on, because we do have people from East Coast and West Coast. So I actually would love to do this in the morning, because that's when I do my prospecting. But that unfortunately is not always going to work. So we're going to try and be consistent. And again, everything's already in the app. You just have to follow it. If you're not using the app, again, I don't understand why somebody wouldn't, $1 to do this. I just don't understand that. But we promised that we would give you the rest of this information, and here we are giving it to you. So
yeah. And so what will happen is, if you follow the instructions there, and you're doing this manually, and you're going to share with people your updated contact information, and you want them to exchange it back with you, that's going to allow you to open up a new conversation, right? Like, even if it's an older contact that you have, you're starting from somewhere, and that's good. You're starting the process of re-engaging and building that relationship that you need to have with somebody. And so what you'll want to do is, once you complete the action steps of simply doing that, just set a reminder to follow up from there. Like, you set a task, and what you'll see is, when you get into day 2, we're going to start to ease you in to more and more actual prospecting steps. By day 3, you're going to be doing 10 people a day that you're going to be putting into your manual prospecting sequence, and following the same simple steps that the app would have you do, but you'll be doing them manually. For those that have the app, again, just follow the instructions that are in there for the document, and just watch the video. That's the easiest way to do it in the coaching section. Do we want to screen share and show that in there, Elysia? Is there anything else you want me to cover here? Why?
Maybe, if you have the app, do you have the app linked in or no?
It'll take me about 10 seconds to do.
Yeah, maybe, because I walked them through earlier how to find it. So maybe if we just showed a visual as well.
Yep.
And then I did put the link. So whether you have the app or not, you have the link on what you're supposed to do today. And if you don't have the app, then obviously, you're going to do those reminders manually, either in your Google Calendar or tasks, or Outlook calendar tasks to remind to set up for tomorrow. And then the other thing I also mentioned is, for starters, let's make sure you guys have realtors to target, right? Because if you don't have realtors to target, that's probably the biggest challenge in execution. And so where do you find those realtors? I always like to ask my current realtor partners, who in your office is up and coming and would appreciate my communication style and work ethic. And then also, for those of you who are new and don't have realtors, you can find them on LinkedIn. You can find them on Facebook. And also, there's got to be somebody in your sphere of influence, and those 2,000 contacts that we talked about, right, that that are in your phone, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. Somebody has bought a house in the past year, in the past 2 years, in the past 3 years. Ask the people right? Who'd you use to buy your house? Were they awesome? Yeah, they were. Okay, I would love an introduction to them. And because they're getting referred to you by a client, the realtor will usually, at least be receptive. And that's why we have the sequence, because you don't even need to rely on that, right? If it's warm, the sequence is designed for cold outreach. If you have warm outreach, you're going to get even better results.
All right, let's jump in here, Elysia. I got this. Do I have access to screen share?
Sure. I don't know if I see you on here. Hang on. Skill full screen. I don't see your app persona.
No, just make me
Oh,
just make the one
co-host.
on there. I'm gonna screen
Oh, all right then.
share them.
Yeah, that I can do. All right, there you go.
I am a just so everybody knows, and don't hate me for this, but I am an anti-Apple person. I really do enjoy Android and Google products a lot more, and PC. And there's a very simple way to be able to connect my device here, but I keep getting thrown off. There we go. I keep getting thrown up. My Wi-Fi connection's been cutting in and out on me. Anyway, but there's this cool little way I can connect my PC directly to the app here. So I got a bunch of junk up there, but you can see the app, right?
Yep. Yep.
So look, gang, all you want to do is that if you follow my little mouse down here, you go down, you hit the more button, it's going to slide open all of the app features. And all you need to get started here in the challenge is if you just click the coaching section, you're going to see right at the very top is the 15-day prospecting bootcamp challenge. And you want to just clicking on it here. And day one, you've got a couple day one videos here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it, right? So we got, and then the intro video up top there. So you watch these videos that you go through, and it's going to give you step-by-step instruction on every little step that you have to take. And again, all you're going to want to do is, if you're doing this manually, is you just have to modify a little bit. Like we said, with the business card, instead of using the language there to tell people for your that you want to show update contact information on your new digital business card, you simply can just update your Google contacts or wherever your contact information is to share with them. And that's the best way for you to be able to do that. But if you just walk through this, what you're going to see as you go down now, I've got access to a lot more of the content in here, and you can go through this stuff. We do not want you cutting ahead and getting ahead of us here. But ultimately, what you're going to want to be able to see is that it's a rhythm. Like every single day, you're going to start taking some action steps. And some of the stuff starts repeating as you go. So once we get you used to doing one thing, then we're going to slowly but add in the next thing. And then you're also going to be able to also remember the thing that you did before that will get done every day. By the time you're all said and done, you're going to be a prospecting machine that's got a routine probably of about 6 or 7 different prospecting activities that you're going to do each day with fanatical consistency. That's going to be able to turn you from really where you're at now to where you want to be at. And so every step that we take along the way is just a little bit more in the process for you. Elysia, anything you want to add there?
No, I think that's it. I mean, besides, I think that kind of sums it up. Oh, I would just add that you can also get front to that coaching tab on the home screen right there. It's on the bottom.
Yeah, the most frequently used stuff in the app between your contacts, your resources, and your coaching, they're always down here at the bar, so you can hit that there as well. I always just show the more button because just really it slides open all of the different features in here, but we do display the most prominent ones right there along the bottom on the main screen, of course, there. So yeah.
And then if you want to hit that resources button, that's where we also have it written, right? We did videos for you of what to do, and it's also written, and it's in that resources tab. It's actually, once you click OK, right there at the top below the business card. So yeah. Easy. We made it easy. Easy button.
That's the goal. That is the goal. If you can get into the spot of just showing up to do the activity. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of problems here with my connections. That's messing up, right? You're seeing it.
Yeah, it's clear now, but yeah. But I think that's just the biggest part, to set aside the time and do the activity, right? Don't get distracted by your phone ringing. Don't get distracted by your email. Just take this time. And I said before, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days are going to take the most time as you get used to it. And then it's just going to be less time from there, right? The goal is to be able to do this consistently at the end of the boot camp and take 15, 20 minutes. If you want to take 30, that's awesome. And again, we're not expecting you guys to do this 5 hours a day, every day, right? The goal is to do 15, 20 minutes a day, consistently Monday through Friday, to build your pipeline full of prospects.
Awesome. Well, I will be poking in on this group from time to time out here through the rest of this challenge to see how everybody's doing and kind of add my own 2 cents as we go. But I look forward to seeing how everybody winds up succeeding with this. And our goal is to get you to the other side, to where you want to be at. So Always thanks for having me be able to jump on. I love connecting with you in the group and looking forward to see where we were able to get people to.
Thanks so much, Rocco. I appreciate your help.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Talk to y'all later.